Let's do this. Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. Hey everyone, it's Cheyenne, and welcome back to Fruits Basket. So I think I have figured out what I need to do because I decided to go back to my save and see what needed to happen. So, as you guys know, last week, I tried pretty much all the guys up here. I tried No One Eat It Yourself. And finally, I was like, alright, let's just try to give it to one of the teachers for some strange reason. And so I picked, I think it was Ringo Sensei? I think it was. By the way, if you notice, I'm wearing a different pair of headphones. The setup may sound a little bit different. I am using my mic that I use for covers right now. Not because there's anything wrong with my headphones, or the mic on those, but because there may be something wrong with the computer that I usually use to do like my drawings and my covers. So I've been getting these vertical lines on it, and everything I've looked up says it's either a hardware problem or like it's the cord that connects the screen to the keyboard. But I don't have the money to buy a new cord for it, plus this computer is super old, and the last time I tried to do what it's asking me to do from the BIOS menu, the last time I tried to do something like that, which was a reset, I messed up my computer so bad we had to bring it to Best Buy. So I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm gonna try not to mess with it too much. If I can do, I might have to use Bandicam to do it, or if I can get OBS to work with it, I might have to use OBS. I might end up doing a cover on Bandicam this week, or for the foreseeable future, until I can either figure out how to fix this computer or pay for a new one. Which the audio isn't terrible on here. I just have to change up the settings on the soundboard I have a little bit so that there's not as much background noise, because like with my other computer I have the sensitivity turned almost all the way up, and with this one it's like halfway with everything, and there's still a bit of background noise, but this is like the best sound I could kind of figure out how to get with that. Also, yes, I did my nails. It's from Walmart. They're just little fake nails, but they're so cool. They've got this moon on it. And I don't usually like pointy nails. Like, I'm not a pointy nail person. I've always been a rounded nail person. But I love moons and stars. Those are like my thing. And so when I saw these, I was like, oh my gosh, I love those, even though they're kind of pink. I can deal with like a pale pink. For those of you who don't know, pink is actually like my least favorite color. It is, the reason for that being, when I was young, it was my favorite color, and so I got literally everything in my room in like these pastel, like pinks and hot pink, and there was like pastel blue, and there's still stuff I have. I don't know if you can see that drawer thing in the background right there, but that's pastel pinks. I've had that since I was young. I've got a little cubby thing over there. It's pastel greens and purples and pinks, and it's like, I just got so sick of the color pink. But now, like, I'm okay with like a pale pink. It's still not like my favorite color, but the other cool thing about these is that these nails also glow in the dark, these pink ones, so that's pretty cool. Alright, let's get back into the game. Okay, who are these chocolates meant for? Ringo Sensei. I set foot in the infirmary again, still startled by the sting of alcohol lingering in the air. Ringo Sensei? I woke in this room this morning at a total loss, and Ringo Sensei was the first to greet me. I was only right to show my appreciation in some way. I wanted to thank you for today. I peeked around the divider at his desk, but there was no one there. Sensei? I called again, but received no answer. Maybe I'll just leave these here. Using a pen and sticky note I found on his desk, I left a brief note along with the box of chocolates. Thank you for your help today, Sensei. Signed, Jordan! I spun around only to find the man of the hour. I've been looking everywhere for you. Ringo-sensei handed me a small card with fancy cut edges. I believe that came with your box of chocolates this morning. I found it on the floor just under the bed after you left. So sorry, I had to read it to figure out whom it belonged to. It's okay. I studied the card, reading its contents. Meet me by the 3rd floor boys' bathroom at noon. M. I'm trying to think, was there anyone that we heard of named M? Like maybe is it that creepy guy that I apparently hang out with? So then those chocolates. I looked over at the box sitting on Sensei's desk. They're for me? I knew it. I would think so. But this whole time I thought, I see. Sensei walked over to the desk, studying the note I'd left on the box. You forgot who you were supposed to give them to, so you scrambled to give it to someone you loved. He handed me the box, peeling the note off the top. But really, they were meant for you. I accepted the chocolates bashfully. But who's M? Maybe you can find out tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be in the same place at the same time. I'm still wondering why everybody's head is fruit. I don't know how long you've been out of high school, Sensei, but not showing up means a solid no thanks. It's true. It's really true. The life of a student is hard. The life of a doctor, however. He pulled his chair out and sat himself at his desk. Even more so. Clicking a pen, he began flipping through some documents. Whatever you decide, I wish you luck, but I've got some paperwork, so I'll be spending the rest of today in here. Shouldn't you be shouldn't you be monitoring the game today for injuries? Ah, yes, thanks for the consideration, but the other team's got that covered. And that's right. Good luck at the game today. Thanks, Sensei. I could only imagine his smile as he waved goodbye. I left, hopefully returning the gesture and closing the door behind me. This is another ending? Wait, but I need to find out. I'm so confused. Why is everything an ending? There's nothing here. Oh. So what's this one? What is this one that's in? Can I click on that? It's not letting me click on any of these. No, what's this one? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's what we just. Oh, maybe I should have read through. Well, let's see what else happens. So can I change the name? Oh, wow, look at that. I could have put my name in the whole time. Actually, I think I want to go with one of my favorite names, which is Kai. Or should I do Kai? I'm going to do Kaya. Kaya. Oh, wait, Kaya would be the other way around. Yeah, that's right. I remember falling. We've been through all this. I'm gonna shake my head. Guess there's no helping it. I'm Satoru. This is troubling. I'm Bo, your most treasured friend and neighbor. The banana interrupted the orange. Don't overwhelm Kaya, we're already bothering. Psh. I'm just gonna try to skip through a lot of this stuff because we've already been through it. I'm gonna say stay in bed this time. So now we're taking a completely different path, as far as I know. Stay in bed. But I don't know what just happened. Stay in bed. I think Pear Sensei is right. I shouldn't be wandering around in this condition. I could get more hurt. At least someone around here has some sense. Now off to class, all of you. But Sensei, it's still lunchtime. Then go to lunch. I don't care, just get out of here. pretty sure that just stopped. Hold on. Okay, so I already started it again. Good. That's good. Apollo, I want you to keep an eye on my player. I need all the club members at top shape for the game this evening. Of course. Wait, there's a game tonight? Yes, the opening scrimmage of the season. And you're keeping me in like this? You've always been a starting player, Kaya. There's only 7 members on the team, and with 1 member sick at home, I've only got 6. Unless you can find someone to replace you, you're playing at the scrimmage tonight. But rest now. You're in. The pair glanced at that apple and shuddered. Grossly incapable hands. Wow. Rude? Rude. You know what? I'll have you make another decision. Who would you rather recuperate with? Me or this dim-witted doctor? Jesus! Whoa, dude. Neither. Let's see what happens if I say Pear Sensei. I think I'd be more comfortable with you, Pear Sensei. The pair let out a satisfied grunt. Then grab your bag. Wait, but I thought... There's no way I'm prolonging my stay in this idiot's playground. Dude, not cool. Sorry, Ringo Sensei. Wait, Pear Sensei, where are we going? Somewhere we won't catch stupid. Jeez. If the pair had eyes, I'd say he gave the apple a sideways glance. Oh, oops. I accidentally backed up, I guess. As he left the room. Maybe I should have stayed in the medical room, because maybe that would have given me more time to go meet the dude who said, hey, meet me on the 3rd floor next to the girls' bathroom. So if this leads to a bad ending, then I'll stay in the medical room and try staying with Ringo Sensei. So let's see what happens for now. You remember where you sit. I took one good look at the classroom before me, hoping I'd be that lucky student with a seat in the back near your window, but I knew it'd be too good to be true to have the quintessential hero's seat. I shook my head, admitting defeat. Dear God? Dear God. I have a feeling that's an accident. Probably, maybe. But I just imagine a deer. Well, I guess this would be a stag, but you know what I mean. You really hit your head that hard falling? Don't answer that. Pear Sensei sighed, taking a seat behind his desk at the front of the room. You're in the 2nd seat in the 3rd row from the front. He waved me in the direction he was referring to. Take a look at your things. Maybe you'll remember something. When I arrived at my desk, I set my things on my chair. I'm gonna check my desk. I studied the surface of my desk, but found no etchings, graffiti, or sign of wear and tear. It was like my desk was completely new. I resorted to peering inside the desk itself. There were some notes shoved in between some pages of my textbooks, and a bunch of papers crumbled all the way in the back. Reaching in, I removed all the crumpled paper and smoothed them out on the edge of the table. They were all nothing but a bunch of math notes. Didn't even look like I doodled in the margins. I must have been a good student. Who needs that? I'm gonna say I in school did at least doodle in the margins of my papers. Like I still did in college as well. Just because, especially if it's on a day where I'm like really tired, or like my anxiety's acting up, or my imagination is just running wild that day, I will just sit there and doodle in the sides of my notes, depending on like how I'm feeling and such. Blah 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 blah. Let's check the locker. I decided to see if there were some clues in my locker, but as soon as I stood up, Pear Sensei was breathing down my neck. Like, geez, dude, back up! Where do you think you're going? I was gonna check my shoe locker? Yeah, right, sit back down. I'm responsible for you now, and you're staying here. There's plenty of other things you can look at. I sighed, returning to my seat. I guess I'll check my bag. I set my bag atop my desk and dumped all its contents. Investigate something else? Oh, well, okay. Look through pencil case. I found my pencil, because I have a feeling I know what clicking on the chocolate's gonna do. The bottom of my backpack, nothing in particular stood out to me except a slip of paper stuck between the eraser's cover. What's this? Dear people have always said to wish on shooting stars, but something. Night I look at the something I can never seem to find me. I'm beginning to think shooting stars don't exist. Oh, I can never seem to find any, maybe? I can never seem to find one, that's what that says. Beginning to think shooting stars don't exist. You showed me this cool blah 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 once. In it were all things, all these strange words and symbols. We tried reciting one of those poems and nothing really ever happened, but blah 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 blah. I could barely read its contents. Some words were smudged and it was written in cursive too. What does this even say? Dear blah blah blah, you showed me this something once. In it were all these strange... Oh wait, now I can actually read up here. People always said to wish on shooting stars, but each night I look up at the sky, I can never seem to find one. I'm beginning to think they don't exist. In it were all these strange words and symbols. We tried reciting one of those poems and nothing really ever happened, but blah 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 blah, left a blah 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 blah, left a page, blah blah blah, stealing it. Sign Momotaru. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I flipped the note over twice, looking for other possible hints or clues about this thing the writer mentioned. Nothing. Ah, so creepy. So what, did we try to do like some devil magic and I got possessed temporarily and that's why I passed out in the hall? I guess I'll look at my notebooks. Full stack of notebooks from my bag, through the pages, nothing but notes upon notes upon notes. It did get me curious though. Sensei, what subject do you teach? Ha! Not one you were ever remarkable at, which is mathematics. Should have been able to deduce that from, the mathematics notes on my desk. I started a bunch of notes I compiled with research, a whole bunch of math notes. I see. I stuffed them all back where I found them. Go to the box of chocolates. I studied the box of chocolates more carefully this time. Upon close inspection, I discovered that the box had already been opened. I lifted the lid, but to my further surprise, all of the chocolates were present in one piece. Store-bought chocolate boxes are usually sealed with cellophane. So these were handmade. Were these handmade or store-bought? Each chocolate was beautifully decorated, some drizzled in white chocolate and others sprinkled with wafer flakes. And even more impressive, each was different from the other and no two were the same. Is the camera still recording? Okay, good, it is. Maybe I should just do it this way, just so I can be sure that it is. There's no way these were handmade by an amateur. They're so pretty, I don't think I could have made these. The sweet scent was tempting, but I willed myself not to give in. These aren't for you, they're for your Valentine. These aren't for you, they're for your Valentine. I replaced the lid and set the chocolates aside. There's nothing else to investigate. Pear-sensei peered over the stack of papers on his desk. So, know who you are yet? Not really. Looks like I was pretty studious, though. Don't make me laugh. You may study hard, but your marks are nowhere near the top of the class. Hey. You wanna go? You wanna go, bro? Let's go. Let's take it outside. B student at best. Ain't nothing wrong with being a B student. At least I'm not a D student, you know what I get cut off there. Anyways, B student at best. G, thanks. I gathered all, it sounds like my teacher is like kind of an asshole. Just saying. And place them where I found them, but something about what I found was bothering me. Sensei, do you know anyone named Mamotoru? Mamotoru. There are a ton of Mamotorus in this country. What about at the school? Obviously, that's what you were getting at. Yes, he's a first year on the basketball team. Why? Why do you ask? Did you find something? Shall I show him the note? Shall I show him? He's a teacher. What? Am I gonna get in trouble if I show the note? Also, he's kind of a jerk, but I need to find out about this Mamotoru guy. Pretty sure he's the guy we learned about in the last couple of videos that was supposed to be like kind of a creepy dude, but we'll show him the note. Yeah, this weird note. I fumbled around with the eraser, pulling out the note I had tucked under the cover. Before I could even finish unfolding it, Sensei swiped the sheet from my hand and began studying it. What is this? Some sort of confession? That's what it seems like. The student is confessing to stealing something of yours. Any idea what that was? Like I watched you do enough to know what you own. No, I have no idea what he's talking about. Sensei was making it very hard to like him. Then may I have my note back, please? Sensei grunted, handing the piece of crumpled paper to me. You'd have more luck asking Mamotoru yourself, but his homeroom teacher said he didn't come to school today. Finally, Sensei shared some information that was actually useful. Thanks. He scoffed. If I were you, I'd just focus on making sure I can play the game this afternoon. The teenage melodrama can wait. I sighed, returning to my seat to soothe an oncoming headache. After school. So is this back to unable to make much progress on my enigmas? Unfortunately, I learned nothing helpful. I gripped the gift firmly in my hands. The me from yesterday probably spent hours building up the courage to... This is the same as before, isn't it? What happens if you say they're for Pear Sensei? Let's just see. Oops. Even though I had just left this classroom, I found myself wandering back. Pear Sensei was still at his desk, gathering papers. Why aren't you in the gym yet? I don't have an excuse. Even though I couldn't see his face, I could tell Pear Sensei was death glaring at me. Whatever excuse I could come up with would not be convincing enough. I came to give you a box of chocolates, I confessed, holding the heart-shaped box close to my chest. He, however, seemed to ignore me and continued organizing his desk. As a teacher in this situation, probably should. A long silence passed before he spoke again. So, why are you still here? Are you expecting something? No, sir. Then leave the chocolates and go. I promptly obeyed, placing the box gently on his desk and scrambling out the door. Pierre's bad ending. Like how it says bad ending. Alright, and this is where we're gonna leave it this time. So, what have we learned? We learned that we should probably stick around with Ringo Sensei because might be able to go and investigate more stuff, like what this Mamotoru guy and I did. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I have been sick for the past couple of days, so my mind's not like 100% where it should be at the moment, but I'm trying. But I love you guys so much. Stay you. Believe in yourselves because you guys are absolutely amazing, and I mean that. Don't forget that. Don't forget to dance today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you